What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today we just got some breaking news regarding a new fusion champion. Yes, you heard that right, so buckle up your resources after the mighty Uko because Maranix is in town. So it says that on Tuesday, October 4th, they'll be planning to launch this fusion event of this new champion in Maranix. And she is a Dark Elves champion from the legendary rarity, attack based from the Force Affinity. In terms of aesthetics, of course, Raid always do an amazing job in bringing out new crazy looking champions. And of course, the aesthetics of this one does look really cool as well. But it does look like we've got a new play on HEX on our hands, guys. And I'm actually pretty excited for this champion. And let's just break down the kit, I guess. So with the Reaper's Dew on the A1, attacks one enemy 2 times and has a 50% chance to place up to 2 extra hits if the target is under a Hex debuff. The chance to place an extra hit is calculated individually per hit. So you kind of get that 50-50 chance per hit to place that extra hit if they are under a Hex. So up to a 4 times potentially. And if this has some nice damage output and damage multipliers, I think this is a really good A1 and a nice play off that Hex debuff. I really like how they've added the book values here, which they didn't in previous fusions, so we don't have to speculate anymore. So thank you for that, Polarium. But basically, Hex, guys, if you don't know what it does, it kind of does like the bonus damage. I think it's 10% on single targets, and then it goes down to a 2% from AoE attacks. And the kind of main use you will see this is in the Hydra boss at the moment. But let's kind of see what's going on in the rest of this kit. So on the Excruciate, attacks all enemies, has a 100% chance once booked of applying a Hex debuff and a 60% drop defense debuff for 2 turns. Now guys, I am a fan of this A2 because as you guys know, in the game at the moment, there's no setup champions. Now we have champions like Rule the Huntmaster, Cleopteryx, Mithrala Lifebane, and even that epic champion in Vildrax that can place that AoE Hex. But then it's like, now what? If you kind of get what I'm saying, you always have to bring in a Lydia the Death Siren or something like that to apply those drop defense debuffs to make champions like Rule the Huntmaster to really shine. Now for a champion to just place the Hex, right, and then a drop defense, allowing people like Fear the Tomb Angel to hit harder, champions like Rule the Huntmaster to get that second hit out with the ignoring of defense, or a Cleopteryx to place those block active skills. This is a really, this is basically the only skill in the game at the moment that does Hex alongside a crucial debuff for wave clearing. And that's why I think that this champion is a not miss if you want to start implementing Hex into your teams. Now, if you don't care about Hex, it might be one you want to skip, right? But for me personally, if you want to start making Hex viable, I think Maranix is a step in the right direction. For me personally, but you guys can let me know in the comment section below. Are you a fan of this A2? Because I personally am. Yeah, I just think like the only downside is, guys, is the Fire Knight's dungeon. If you want to start doing wave clearing without Seers or Poison Explosion, there's going to be that chance to get a weak hit here with her being the Force Affinity. And it's like, do we need to start hitting stage 24? But maybe opens up PvP scenarios to start nuking with Rule the Huntmasters or Fear the Tomb Angel, who is one of the hardest hitting champions in the game if she meets those conditions. And even the Doom Tower and stuff like that. I'm just a fan to see more AoE Hex champions come into the game, honestly. Because at the moment, if I just look here on hellhades.com, there's 4 AoEs, there's 2 target champions in Phylessia and Yamako. And then we've got random champions in Holsring, Fear the Tomb Angel, Chromax, and Urtikata, who is a Doom Tower champion. And at the moment, I think she's one of the best, guys. I really do, because of this drop defense. But this affinity, just for Fire Knight in particular, maybe even the Dragons or Ice Golems, we could do some play on this. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm actually excited for this one. But in terms of the A3, which is on a 6-turn down to a 4-turn once booked, has an AoE nuking ability, which can attack all enemies and will ignore unkillable and shield buffs if targets are under Hex. Places an unkillable buff on this champion for 1 turn if this attack kills an enemy without a Hex debuff, and then places an unkillable buff for 2 turns if she kills someone under a Hex debuff. So she's kind of got that self-survivability if she's nuking. I'm up. Guys, I like this. I like this skill kit. It doesn't confuse me whatsoever. It's upfront. It tells you what it's doing on the paper. And she has that self kind of sustain with those unkillable buffs. And even if you don't place the Hex, as long as you're killing a champion, you're still getting at least one turn of that. So you don't get kind of mitigated for not having that debuff up. It's nice. Now, depending on the damage multipliers here, we can see a lot of play here with this inexorable end on the A3. But there's damage plus 10, but there's not like more stacks here with the book values. So I'm not sure how hard this is going to scale. But if this nukes, I think we're looking at a whopper of a champion. And fingers crossed we get some test server access, because I would love to showcase this champion for sure. In the passive though, with the Death's Collector, resets the cooldown of that A3 whenever this champion kills an enemy under Hex. What? Wait, whoa. Okay, so this passive here has just kind of upped the bar even more for me. Would you guys say best Hex champion after Mithrala Lifebane? Now, she's more of a setup champion for Hex. She's really good for Hydra Bar, stealing those bonus damage from your other champions. But in terms of full nuking, I feel like her and Rule the Huntmaster are going to be really good here. I like this. I really like this. And then increases this champion's attack by 5% for each enemy under a Hex debuff. So you get an outright 20% attack percent boost just from having Hex applied to the traditional 4 enemies that you see in the enemy waves. Now, I'm going to say it now. I am a fan of this champion. I don't usually like to kind of say that up front, but from first glance, and I like new stuff in this game, stuff can get stale, and I think this opens up opportunities to start building speed farming teams in the Doom Tower, some PvP scenarios, and also maybe even a Hydra boss if you build a tanky, to be honest. But man, a nice universal champion that can potentially hit hard, place drop defense, and Hex in the same skill. So we got a setup, so you don't have to worry about another champion. We're getting up to 4 times on the A1. We're getting attack boost and unkillable buffs on herself. Guys, I like this champion, but it's just that affinity. I can't get around that affinity. But you guys, let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this champion from first glance? Now, let's just take this off. And this is what I was kind of talking about, guys. Let me just move myself back. So if you guys want to start thinking about stage 25s, the Spirit Affinity could be a pain. But in terms of the waves, it's like, is there even many Force champions in here? Let me see. Yeah, it's all Spirit. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Kind of that similar thing with Fear the Tomb Angel. But let's not look down on it yet, because we do have stage 25 dragons. So could we have a potential to start nuking with the dragons left for speed farming? And then also Ice Golem, we've got magic affinity. So I think Fear the Tomb Angel is going to become really viable. I think Rule the Huntmaster for dragons is going to become really, really nice with those ignoring of defenses. And I'm just a fan to see more Hex in the game, right? It's just something that's kind of sidelined and it's just there for the Hydra boss, pretty much. And I'd love to see kind of these endgame arena players bringing out their endgame and trying to nuke with champions. Because if we go into here, we go into the Dark Elves, we've got champions like the Rule that I keep banging on about, where he can ignore defense based on champions under Hex by 25% with an extra hit. Cleopteryx, the daily login champion, can place block active skills on an A2 if targets are under Hex. Who else do we have? I was just thinking, where is Fear the Tomb Angel? She's Knight's Revenant, right? Knight's Rev. So she's a Doom Tower champion, and she can basically damage increase up to 50% for each Hex debuff on the enemy team, and stacks up to 300%. And it's crazy, and she flies like True Fear and stuff as well. So if you think about the arena, you go through, drop the fence, Hex, come through with the Fear the Tomb Angel nuke, place that True Fear with a 50-50 chance, and kind of come through with a recycle, and I think it will be viable. Pretty sweet. I'm actually excited for this champion, guys. And I don't really say that too often, because some previous ones, apart from Mighty Uko, have just been atrocious. But let's see what we got from here, guys, while I've got you here. So we got a soul stone. And another 1 soul stone. What did Brutal give me today? 2 soul stones. And we got another 2 soul stones. So I will take those, guys. I will take those. So we've got 6 soul stones. And let's just leave you on a little Iron Twins run to wrap things up. So yeah, guys, that is going to be all for the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I will try my best to get a video out of this champion if we get given access. Kind of had no news on that as of now. But yeah, have a great rest of your day. I will be dropping a video regarding NUKER later on today or tomorrow if you guys want to come and check that one out. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.